Welcome back to Our Japan. This is Akino Roza.
And Kiyoshi. So there's I don't know if you've heard.
What?
But there's a lot of stuff going on in Japan.
There is? Wait, what am I missing?
A lot of stuff. What are you missing? Are you being sarcastic? Is this sarcasm?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, it's not sarcasm. It's my blank mind.
You're momentarily forgetting.
Yes.
Momentary
whatever happened
amnesia.
Yesterday and the day before that is not in my brain. So, yeah, some things happened in Japan.
It's been very, very eventful.
It's actually quite unbelievable. But, a former prime minister was shot during one of his speeches, and he passed away. And this was in Japan, which is kind of crazy because Japan doesn't allow guns.
Yeah, to the point where the guy had to fabricate his own gun. Out of pipe, out of 2 pipes and black tape. And I don't know the firing mechanism, but that looked pretty heinous, that homemade gun.
But at least it's at the level where you do have to make a gun to shoot someone with it. So, as unfortunate as it is, I'm glad it wasn't an actual gun, because then I'd be kind of worried. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it would be like, is it in danger in getting in the hands of the normal people? And but this way, it's like, all right, some shuttly.
Like the hurdle to make your own gun is pretty high. I think
pretty high. I think. I don't know. I'm guessing they don't release the details of how the gun was made. He said he made it on watching YouTube videos or something like that.
Yikes!
But so they don't want that information getting out. I'm sure people can find it if they want to, or hopefully YouTube crack down on that. But yeah, man, it is very unbelievable. Supposedly it was supposed to fire 6 shots. He only got 2 off. Yeah, and they were like bombs went off when he pulled the trigger.
Yeah,
smoke and shit billowing from the barrels. It was crazy.
People were pretty shocked, as you can imagine.
Oh yeah. Were you a fan of Abe's?
I mean, no, but I still don't think he deserved to be shot during a speech.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a bit, yeah.
Incredible. That day was nuts. Boris Johnson quit as prime minister of the UK, and a couple hours later, this happened. Yeah.
It wasn't related, was it?
Not at all. I doubt it. No, that guy was. He thought Abe was part of some kind of church.
Yeah, well, that's what
this
saying.
This is the reporting. Yeah, this is what the reporting is saying. I'm not 100%. I'm a little incredulous about reporting on this stuff, but this is the information we have right now. So
yeah. Well, I guess that kind of gives us sort of an intro into today's topic, kind of on the sidelines.
I guess so.
Nobody's been shot. Don't worry. The topic, though, today is healthcare.
Healthcare in Japan.
I think our word for today is gonna be health insurance. How about that?
Health insurance. Okay, sure. How do you say health insurance in Japanese?
健康保険.
健康保険.
保険. So, or the national health insurance would be 国民保険.
国民保険.
So, very important thing to have.
Extremely important, yes.
But yeah, so it's I think a very near and dear topic to both of us, because we are お世話になってる to the healthcare systems in our respective countries, right? お世話になってる means we are under their care, we are indebted to them, they are taking care of us.
I'm not indebted to this healthcare system.
not like it's hard to explain, right? お世話になる in English, because that's the phrase you say to someone who like they took care of you in some way or another. And it can be like a restaurant, it can be a hotel, it can be like actually like a friend whose house you stayed at and like, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So various situations, very common phrase, but like, basically the idea of the person you're saying it took care of you, so thank you kind of thing. And so obviously the US healthcare system does not take care of its people, so it doesn't really apply.
Not at all.
So, yeah. But Japan, I think, does pretty decent in that department. So
pretty good job.
I am お世話になってる to the Japanese healthcare system, for sure.
So explain to me, the system is a near universal healthcare system? Not quite.
Not what? Not quite.
So they don't pay for 100% of the the cost of the healthcare. Like you pay, I think it's well, you would know better, but
it is universal in the sense of like universal healthcare, but it's not free. You know what I mean? I don't know that universal necessarily means free.
Universal, I think it's supposed to mean free, or there's no cost to the patient.
Does it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. It should not be any cost to the patient. That's the definition. That's within the definition of universal healthcare.
Okay, so if that's the definition, it's not completely free in Japan, but it is very affordable. So
is it? They pay 75% and the person pays like 25%, something like that, right? Maybe I have the numbers off.
It's 70-30.
70-30. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So, I mean,
that was close.
Have you had any experience in the system here?
So when I was a student there, I had healthcare through the school, or because I was a student, and I did not take advantage of that. I really regret that. I did not go to the dentist. I need to go to the dentist, but I didn't go there for whatever reason. Half fear and the other half stupidity. So, but I did one time. My shoulder hurt really bad, and I could not move my shoulder. Well, I didn't have 100% mobility, and it was very painful. So I went to I forget the name of the type of doctor you go to for like a
整形外科?
Maybe probably for muscle spasms or like sports injuries, stuff like that. And I went there. They hooked me up to some monitors. Check some stuff out, and they gave me like these industrial strength medicine pads or whatever, like Bengay things or salonpas, like big salonpas, which is like the Japanese version of Bengay, but they also have it here now. There's commercials for salonpas in America now. But they did that to me and sent me off, and I paid only like 1,600 yen, which is like $16, around $16 for the pads, and that was it.
Pretty amazing, right?
I did not have to pay for the care. Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that must have been like a student healthcare thing.
Perhaps, but all I know is I did not pay for anything except for the heating pads or the medicinal pads, and that was the only cost. Yeah.
So, you know how you said like you regret not taking advantage of it when you were here?
Yeah.
So I can really relate to that because the first time I came to Japan was right after my car accident, and it was for my year in Kyoto studying tea ceremony.
You had a car accident in Kyoto?
No, right before I went.
Before you went to.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard of this car accident, or have I? Am I
don't
blanking?
know.
No, you haven't told me. No, you haven't told me.
No, I must have. Really? No, I have. Really?
I don't think so. I mean, I have a pretty bad memory, but I think I really remembered you being in a car accident.
Well, I mean, it was way before we met anyway. But so I was in a pretty bad car accident. I was T-boned by a tow truck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tow truck.
Tow truck.
Yeesh. Were you the only one in the car? Or?
Yeah. If anyone had been with me, they would be dead. Because the car...
So it came on the passenger side.
Yeah, the passenger side. And so the car was crushed into a banana, basically.
Oof. Ugh.
Actually, it was kind of funny. Like,
I'm glad you can laugh about it now.
Now I can laugh.
Yeah.
It took a long time. But so, for insurance purposes, a few days later, like I had to go and photograph the car at the junkyard. And
Yeah.
I remember I went with my stepdad, and for some reason, like they only let one person in at a time. So
Okay.
they called me to go in and look at the car. So I'm walking through the junkyard, and I'm looking at all these like crushed up cars and stuff. And I see this car, and it's banged up like really bad. And literally like this, I remember thinking this. I was like, man, whoever was in that car, I feel bad for them. And then they're like, here's your car. I'm like,
my Lord.
holy crap. I walked out of that alive. Wow. I was just in shock.
Did it knock you unconscious? Or?
No, it didn't knock me unconscious, but I could barely
You were in
walk. I didn't know this at the time because, again, I will start my complaint about the U.S. healthcare system.
Okay.
They took me to the ER, and, like I can barely stand up or move. And they take an x-ray, and no bones are broken. So they're like, oh, you're fine. You're just bruised. Nobody thought to like, hey, maybe we should take an MRI. Like, there are other injuries that you can have outside of broken bones,
Oh, yeah.
that are arguably worse than broken bones because they don't really heal. And so I trusted what they said because, I was young and innocent and gullible. And so I believed them when they said it's just a bruise. So I was just like pushing through the pain. And a few months passed and it didn't get better. And like I would be walking with a limp, which by the way stayed with me for like about 7 years, I would say.
Jesus Christ, 7 years.
Yeah. So
Were you in pain for the entire 7 years?
oh yeah, I was in pain for longer than 7 years, but the limp went away. So what happened was, this happened like 2 months before I was supposed to go to Kyoto. And they told me I was fine, so I believed them. And I just went to Kyoto. I was like, I can push through the pain. Because I'm supposed to be fine, right? And
Yeah, that's what they told you.
and this is the thing that I'm like, God, I wish I knew what I know now. Like, I wish I knew back then. I was in Japan, and like, I could have gotten every test under the sky done, and it would cost like a tiny fraction of what it would have cost in the States. And even physical therapy, like all of that. I wasn't able to do it. Like, I just had this preconception of like, I have to get checked out in the US.
So it didn't occur to you to even go to the hospital
Nope.
in Japan?
Nope. I went to physical therapy once, and like I wasn't like, that was the first time I went to physical therapy. And here a really common physical therapy treatment is electric treatment, where they hook you up with like to a suction cup thingy, and it sends electric current into your muscles.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good, but the problem was like I didn't know. That was like the first thing I ever encountered, and I'm really bad with needles. And like, to me, that feeling of like the electricity running through really felt like needle pricks. And when I get like shots or like blood tests, when I get blood drawn, I faint. And
Really?
yeah.
Every time?
Every time. If I'm sitting up, I will faint. This is a fact.
Is it the needle, or is it the side of blood that does it for you?
Neither. It's actually the thought. So this is like,
What?
this is why I'm saying like the physical therapy, obviously there's no needles, right? But the feeling that it was associating the electricity with like needles and like feeling needles or whatever.
That was enough to knock you out, huh?
I was sitting, and they had it hooked up to my knee, and I was sitting down, and like it wasn't even bad. Like now I do it and I'm used to it and like I can enjoy it. But at the time, I really
enjoy it.
Yeah, because I know I'm gonna feel better once I'm done. I even have like a at home electric machine thing. But so I sat down and like the more I think about it, right, the more it feels like needles. And I started to feel sick. And then I was like, excuse me, I'm gonna faint. And then I fainted. So I was like, okay, no physical therapy here. Because I was like, this is weird. Like, I'm not doing this. But it was actually like, if I only knew more, if I only did some research or something, like I could have, you know, I could have taken advantage of it. I could have done it often enough where it might have helped me. And
but you rectified it, didn't you?
What do you mean?
Or maybe still not. I mean, eventually you went to the hospital for this, right? No?
So I waited until I went back to the States for spring break to go to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Do you see the idiocy in this situation?
Yeah, I do.
And by the way, like an MRI in the States, I don't know. I think at the time it was like $500 or $700, something like that.
Only?
So it's more now? Great.
It's got to be more. That sounds really low for an MRI.
Or maybe that was the out-of-pocket expense. I don't remember. But
this was 10 years ago, right? Or a little less. But
more. But
yeah, okay.
But so I could have got, you know how much an MRI in Japan is, by the way? It's like 7,000 yen.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Which is about $70,
Yep.
give or take.
Yep.
Wow, really? So $70 or 7,000 yen before or after insurance is applied?
That's after. So that's one.
Okay, that's
3/10 of the total full price of no insurance.
Oh yeah.
But it's still way cheaper.
Way cheaper, yeah.
So
it would not break you, it would not bankrupt you the way something like that would bankrupt you here.
I could have gotten an MRI here and like done something, but like there's this like very strong, I think it's like really driven into you that like the US system is like the best system. And so like you don't even give others a chance.
I don't even think it's so much drilled into you as it's they make you think it's the only system. You can't get better than this.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're like, you know, hey, we are the best. It's like, well, this is it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
And you know, both of us
There's no other way we can go.
We were totally bought into that, you know.
Yeah, you can't fathom anything else.
Nope.
You're kind of like, okay, I guess so. This is all we got. You know, there can't be any improvement because this is just the way things work in America.
So,
and that is not true. Not true at all.
I remember a few years ago when, you know, I finally started to try to like get treated for. What I actually had was a really big herniated disc.
Wow, really? And they didn't catch that in the. So they caught that in the MRI.
Yep, because it won't show up on an X-ray because it's not bone. It's soft tissue, right? And so I had a huge herniated disc that was pressing on my sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna hurt a lot. And like that was the first time where I was like, but they told me I was okay. They said it was just a bruise. What the hell? And then that started my journey of chronic, non-stop back pain for many, many years.
Does it still hurt?
So a few years ago, short answer, it's 90% better now, thanks to a really skilled chiropractor. And so I go to him like every 6 weeks or so, and my pain is really greatly reduced. But long story. So a few years ago, I started trying to, you know, get some kind of rehabilitation therapy for my back pain and my leg, because my knee was screwed up too. And that's another thing is like I got a MRI of my knee, nothing's there, but like I'm limping. And I would have days where like I'm just walking and all of a sudden my knee gives out and I didn't even do anything. Like I didn't pick something up. I didn't put any particular strain on it. I didn't do anything weird. Like it just would go out. And
completely out to the point where you like fall down walk. And you just stop in your tracks and sort of, you don't fall on your face or anything, do you?
I don't fall on my face, but yeah, like I can't walk.
Ouch.
And thankfully it only had like, I've never been completely alone when it happened, or like I was really close to my house. So
okay. So you could just lay down.
Yeah, I was never stranded from it. But like this is what I was dealing with, you know? And so I started to get some physical therapy. And I remember the first time I went to that seigegeka, the doctor that does like physical injury stuff. I was so shocked when I saw the bill for my visit, because it was like you see the doctor, right? And just to do the check, and then but you can also do like rehab only visits. And so the doctor visit is like, I don't remember, it was like 500 yen or 700 yen for the exam, which is like $5, $7. And
really?
Yeah.
For the exam?
Yeah. And the rehab was like 300 yen, 400 yen, depending on like how many machines you use. Yeah.
Even you paying 30% of the price.
Yeah.
I was expecting, like $30, $40, $50, but this is like not even like $15 or barely 10.
$3. You can go get this done every day. Like you can go to get the machines hooked up to you every single day, and it can be affordable. Can you imagine my like surprise and my like shock and awe?
So that was your first experience?
That was my first experience getting like physical therapy prescribed.
Mm-hmm. And
I was like, at least expecting, like, because by that time I'd been to the doctor, so I knew it wasn't that expensive. Okay. But I still was thinking like you said, at least like $20-$30, right? No. Yeah. Really? $4?
I mean coins. You could pay with the coins.
Yeah. So the good shock of the low price tag of, physical therapy was just like, that was mind blowing to me. And yeah, so and after that, like I ended up getting like, well, actually no, I also had a shoulder problem back before I even moved to Japan from the States. And I don't even know what it was from, but apparently like I had some kind of cartilage stone in the joints, and so it was causing pain.
Cartilage stone?
Like some kind of like katamari, like hardened thing in the joint, like grinding against the joint, like when I raise my arm. So the shoulder joint.
Okay. Yeah. Oof. So it sounds painful.
It was very, very, very painful. And so I ended up like going to get cortisone shots.
Cortisone shot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like every month or so. And so that was also very affordable. It actually got better through something completely unexpected, which was when I started to take lessons on walking in kimono, which was all about like posture and like lowering your shoulder blades and moving your arms through your shoulder blades rather than your arms. And I think like the use of the muscles in that area kind of like softened whatever was there, because eventually the pain disappeared from that. But so it wasn't a medical treatment that solved that problem. But when I was getting the shots for the pain, that helped a lot. And again, it was very, very affordable.
That's good to hear.
Have you ever like heard stories from people around you, like getting healthcare treatment in Japan, stuff like that?
I mean, I have friends who go to the hospital to get, checkups, the ningen doku or whatever. They don't come out like, telling me, oh, I had this great experience at the Japanese hospital or anything like that. But, they I did have a friend. I do have a friend who him and his friends accidentally consumed something called a Kuwazu Imo.
A what? Kuwazu Imo?
Which is, Kuwazu Imo.
A potato that you're not supposed to eat?
Yeah, exactly.
How did he go?
It looks like it looked like an edible plant. I forgot what they thought it was, but they took video of it and they chopped it up. And they were like, oh, I think I got it from like one of my friends got it from like a landlord or somebody like that.
That landlord was trying to get rid of them or something.
She was like, sabotaging them, poisoning them, or whatever. So they like took video of them like chopping up the plant, cooking the plant, eating the plant, and then they were like, all three of them were like, wait a minute, something's happening.
Oh no!
With our tongues. So apparently, when you eat this Kuwazu Imo, you're not supposed to eat plant or potato or whatever. I forgot what like the proteins within it if you look at them under a microscope, they are like shaped like barbs or something like that.
Oh God.
So exactly. So the way they put it, it's like it numbed their mouths, their tongues, and like they couldn't like spit was just drooling from their mouths, and it sounded like the pain was excruciating, and they were like out of commission for like at least a week or something like that. And then one of my friends got the worst brunt of it, whereas like my other friend, it was, a couple of days he was out of commission, but like my friend was like out of commission. This is before I went to Japan for that year stint, so it was like right before I got there, like maybe like a month before, or maybe even a couple of weeks before. So, and they went to the hospital and everything was hunky-dory, price-wise.
But
I'm assuming they got the best care and,
That's pretty awful. What?
Oh, yeah.
What was that situation?
I don't know. Like I said, it happened before I got there. I don't know. I think the landlord did not know. Would at least they didn't know what was going to happen to them. I don't think they purposely poisoned.
Did they just give the plant and were like, "Hey, eat this," or?
Like I said, it resembled like a plant that's edible. So it looked like.
So I'm
looked this thing up. It looked like something.
I'm
else.
looking at the photos. It does not look edible to me, but.
No, the Kuwazu Imo.
I mean, it doesn't look like
it resembles
anything that I would be like, oh, hey, maybe it looks like a potato. I could probably eat it. Like it looks questionable.
It's used. Sure. And so, like, every time my friend walks by this plant, like, he sees it outside sometimes, and he, like, traumatizes him. Yeah, it's not a good experience. It looked like something. Like, yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and if anybody who's listening to this wants to look it up, it does not look like a thing,
right? Like
eat. Or you would try to eat.
I don't look at it and be and think, oh, that looks delicious,
It sort of resembles a large like wasabi plant.
Yeah. I could see that.
But it's far larger than your average wasabi plant. So, I don't know what they were thinking.
So,
or maybe what do you call it? The landlord. I think he might have said that it's edible. Go ahead and try it, and that prompted my friends to go and eat it. But so I think he's just misinformed, or he was ignorant. But I don't think it was malicious. He had no malicious intent. It didn't sound
he was like I need to get them out of this apartment quick.
Like these fucking foreigners. Let me just give them this fucking plan. They ruined my life, and so I'm going to tell them to eat this plant that you should
I know
not
it's called the not edible potato, but That's just a name. You can ignore it.
Yeah, forget about it. Nah, this is a Japanese thing. It's a novelty. It did not sound fun. It is a funny story from my standpoint. I like to listen to it and laugh at them at their expense.
You were not the.
I do not want that to happen to me.
You were not the victim in the story, so.
I am not. No. But yeah, the Japanese healthcare system patched them up, sent them on their way, and they were not broken. They did not go bankrupt.
Did they have to be hospitalized or?
I don't believe so. I think one friend stayed the night, but he did not. Nobody. Yeah, it didn't cause any long-term damage, as far as I know. Maybe
trauma, plant trauma.
But, yeah, a lot of trauma.
So, that's another thing with hospital stays, right? I also experienced this a few years ago. I started to have constant flare-ups of my tonsils, and anytime
Hentosen.
Yeah, hentosen. So anytime there was anything just slightly a slight shigeki, if I was talking a lot with someone the day before, or even if I had a day where I was crying, the next day my tonsils would be flared up. They would be red, they would be painful, and I'd get a fever.
Because you spoke too much?
They just started to be really they started to act up really often.
Yeah, tonsil pain is no joke. I used to have really big problems with my tonsils.
Oh yeah?
When I got sick, it was just it was like swallowing needles.
Yeah. And so did you get them out, or what happened?
No, I sort of just
grew out of it.
I ignored them. Grew out of it. I don't know if you can grow out of it.
Actually,
I sort of ignored it, and it got better after a while.
My friend said the same thing. She used to get swollen tonsils all the time, and then it stopped. I was the opposite. I never had any tonsil issues, but all of a sudden, it just started, and it was on a roll, and it wasn't going to stop anytime soon. And the thing is, I do a lot of voice work, so that is a problem for me. If I have sore throat and swollen tonsils and a fever.
If every time you record some voiceovers, you get a fever.
Yeah, or even if it's not from recording, if it's that often, then it's gonna have an impact on my voice and my ability to work, right? And by the way, this was I think 2 years before COVID. So it's a good thing I got it taken care of. But so what happened was it was completely chronic. So it happened every month. And they were I went to the ear, nose, throat doctor, and they said, well, I mean, you can hydrate and you can sleep with a mask on, which I did for a long time, and it's very not so pleasant. And they were
a mask? A mask? What
kind
of
just
mask?
a regular
To
mask.
the
masks, the medical masks that we wear, because they're totally normal in Japan to begin with.
Oh, you mean to keep
out germs and prevent dryness, your throat from getting dry.
Okay, when you're sleeping.
They said use a humidity machine, and in the winter this and that, blah blah. It was, it was still unpleasant. So I ended up deciding to get my tonsils out, which is surgery. And in the States, it's an outpatient procedure. Even as
meaning you go in, so it's day in, day out.
Yeah, you don't stay the night. Yeah. Which is understandable, because in the US, if you stay the night, be ready to be
thousands of dollars,
bankrupt, pretty much. But in Japan, they require you, especially as an adult, if you get the surgery as an adult, because the throat is very, it's easy to get complications, because it's a mucous membrane and it can bleed and stuff. And so that can be dangerous. So they require you to be hospitalized for 10 days.
10 days after surgery?
Yep. Now, do you see this, the difference in thought here? In the States, you just go home. that day.
Kick you out because we need the bed, or it will cost you a lot of money. But you don't even have the thought of, or they don't even have the thought of, like, let's keep this guy for, more than one night.
But here it's like, no, you have to, minimum you have to stay 7 days. And if どうしても like you can't, like that's the maximum you can stay, maybe you can ask your doctor to get out early. But they do say like 10 days is preferable.
10 days.
And when I heard that, I was like, really? I have to stay, like, I don't want to stay 10 days in the hospital. That's so, what am I going to do? You know?
Yeah.
But
I got TV right there or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just...
Yeah, it didn't sound...
Yeah.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to not leave right away.
Yeah, but so, I didn't really have a choice. So you check in, it's not a hotel. you stay the night before your surgery, and then, that's part of the 10 days, right? Once I got my surgery, I was actually very, very happy that I can stay there for 10 days. 'Cause that hurt.
Oh yeah, man, if you're in pain. I wish... I was hospitalized recently, and I wish I could have stayed like a couple days. I kind of liked it, actually.
Yeah, like you don't have to be worried about something going wrong. And
oh yeah. And if something does, you're there for them to catch it and take care of it. Yeah.
And I didn't...
Complications can arise.
Yeah. And I didn't realize, like, it's very painful. If you have your tonsils cut out as an adult, especially because not my left side. My left side wasn't so bad. My right side tonsil one, like the
the right tonsil.
The right tonsil. That was the bad one. That was the bad seed. And that was the one that would always start the flare up. And like even after the surgery, I felt like the right one, there's still moments where like it's like I want to swell, but I can't because there's nothing there. You know what I mean? Like this almost...
You want to swell?
Yeah, I want to be swollen is like my right side was saying that, but there's no tonsil to be swollen.
To be, okay.
But like I had that sensation for the longest time where like my right side, if this was a normal situation, it would be flared up. And apparently... the doctor said it was a good thing that I got them out because the right one was completely like, it had like a collection of pus or whatever, and it needed...
Yeah, apparently the tonsils, when they are infected, they produce this really white, like hardened white gunk. I guess maybe like hard pus or something like that. And it really stinks. It's really bad. They used to come out with when I had my problems. And I would always be like, what is this white shit?
Really?
And then my friend had the same problem, and he also had the white stuff come out. And then we looked it up, and it was like, it's like some kind of stuff that your tonsils produce that it smells really bad.
So
and
was it like you cough it up, or like what was it?
Yeah, it would just sort of come out, in every day, like talking or coughing or whatever.
Really?
And like stuff would just pop every once in a while it would just show up. And I'd be like, what's this white thing popping up out of my in my mouth?
Interesting.
And it was this like hardened this material. I'm
That's
not quite
pretty
sure
nasty.
what it is. It was disgusting. Yeah. So it hasn't happened in like 20 years, but
so I mean I don't think mine came out, but like apparently I had it in my right one because she was like it's good we got it out. And like I guess I was like my right one, like my right side still feels very painful, and she said after they get into this chronic cycle where they keep flaring up, then it starts like you get like almost like scar tissue, like the tonsil tissue starts like mixing in with like the throat tissue, so like to get it all out you have to kind of scrape it. And she said so that like for the right one I had to kind of scrape out a lot, so that's why you feel weird. The left one was like totally perfect, like it was a clean cut. And the right one was just I guess.
Was the problem child.
Yeah, problem child. And so this is you're going to be like, this is going to blow your mind.
Blow my mind.
The hospital stay for the bed in a shared room. How much do you think it was per day?
Per day? So I'm guessing it's not going to be 300 yen. Per day, let's say Nissan, about $20.
That cheap?
I don't know. You talking about pre or post application of the
basically
insurance?
the money you pay. So after application of insurance.
I think you're prompting me to go low, so that's why I went low. But let's say 50.
Well, you're wrong.
Go saying.
Actually, the bed is free.
Okay.
Unless, and this is the shared room, by the way. So there's like 4 people or 6 people in the room. But there are 2 beds that are next to the window. So the window beds are 1,000 yen per day.
Okay.
But the regular beds are free. They're free, Kiyoshi. Can you do you like?
I can't fathom
the
free
stay
bed.
Is free.
So the bed. So you're saying you paid nothing to stay?
Well, so the only open bed was the window one, so I paid 1,000 per day. But still,
oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh,
it's really ridiculous.
Yeah. That's nuts. Yeah.
And so, how much do you think my bill was for a 10-day hospitalization, a tonsil surgery, and food?
10 days, food, tonsil surgery. I'll say 100, 200.
$200?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That 10 days of the bed is still.
Well, 10 days is it's 100, right?
Yeah, but the surgery and the food is not going to be just another 100. Come on, like this isn't free healthcare.
All right, 500 then. 500.
Okay, come on, like.
What? I don't know which way you're trying to prompt me. Are you trying to prompt me to go low or high?
I baited you too much on the room price. This is backfiring on me.
A little bit.
Okay, let's say it this way. A tons. Okay, let me just look this up so I don't just talk out of thin air. A common procedure such as a tonsillectomy, the total price can range from $8,000 to $10,000, even with a cash discount offered by most hospitals. Just for the surgery.
$8,000 to
$10,000. Yeah.
So that's how much it costs for you?
No, this is in the States.
Okay.
So just for the surgery.
Yeah. That's
$8,000 to $10,000.
Yeah,
right?
That's common. That's common. Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Another place says 4,000 to 6,000. Blue Cross says 5,400. So average. Average cost is like $5,000, right? And I'm assuming this is after the price has been after insurance has covered whatever. Like out of pocket is
5,000.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
So my total bill for 10 days of food, 10 days of bed hospitalization, and the surgery and whatever meds and associated things were needed. My total cost was like 11,000, which is just over $1,000.
1,000, yeah.
Is that
which compared to here is
just for the surgery
crazy,
$5,000?
Oh yeah.
Like no.
And then yeah. No food, no bed,
no hospitalization,
just surgery. So yeah, when you leave, it'll probably be like 8,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have another cherry on top of this whole thing. Did you know that there's a maximum limit to what you can pay in a month for health expenses in Japan?
Really?
Yep.
How much?
It's slightly based, like calculated, depending on your salary. But usually the maximum amount ends up being like $800 to $1,000.
800, 2,000?
Yeah.
800 to 2,000?
No, 1,000.
To 1,000, okay.
So $800 to $1,000 is approximately, depending on your salary, the maximum you will pay for health stuff per 1 month. Because if you go over that, you can go and apply for the, what is it? It's like a limit health bill limit thing.
I don't know what that is. Health bill limit thing?
Okay, so I don't remember. It's like gendogaku. So you go to the ward office and you apply for that menjo. What's menjo? Exemption. You apply for the health bill exemption. So if you do that, then anything you pay over 1,000 or 800, depending on what your amount is not, it will be refunded to you.
Oh, wow.
Is that amazing or what?
That is amazing. A maximum.
So if you have like a bunch of like surgeries you need to have done, or like if you have cancer and you need treatments done, because they add up to quite a lot, right? The maximum you will ever pay is that 1,000 or 800 per month.
That's good. That's cool. Well, it could be better, but yeah, that's compared to here.
It's still pretty darn good.
The fact that they would cap it off at like 1,000 people, it's in the affordable range.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's an experience that I was just, again, mind-blowing for me, because just coming from like knowing the prices for healthcare things in the States, I was very, very surprised, pleasantly surprised.
Oh yeah, it's a big load off of your mind.
It is.
If you have insurance in Japan versus here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally free in other countries, but
Yeah, I mean, you still have to pay for it, but there's none of this BS of like pre-existing conditions that won't be covered, or like, God, that's so ridiculous, isn't it?
It's so horrible. It's inhumane.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, for example, for me with my back injury at a young age, where it wasn't even my fault. Not that it should matter whose fault it was, because if you get injured, you get injured,
it
right?
Should not matter at all, yeah.
But
exactly.
Then I have this permanent mark on my record. So I don't know how things have changed since I left the States, but when I was living there, thankfully I was still a student, so I had like university insurance. But if I graduated and I was working a freelance job like I am now, then I'd be screwed, because no insurance would have me because of my 100%. Pre-existing condition. And
that's right. Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't even have to be a back thing. Like, I can go and break my leg and I won't have any insurance because I'm pre-existing conditioned and I can't get insurance. It's so ridiculous.
It's backwards here, yeah. It's our capitalism that's, prioritizes money over healthcare. That's very inhumane, in my opinion. Pre-existing conditions is so ridiculous.
Is it still like that?
Everybody has. It can only get worse, right? It could have only gotten worse. It hasn't gotten better. Even if it stayed the same, it would be already bad.
Yeah.
and it's gotten way worse since then. Of course, yeah. I've heard things of like, pregnant women have to like pay to hold their baby. Like there's a charge on the bill, hold your baby charge.
Seriously?
Or whatever it's called, to like touch your baby. Look it up, yeah.
Wow.
It's a real thing. I'm not quite sure if that's every state. It might be certain states or whatever. But that's insane. Even if it was just one state, it's like, what is going on? Like skin to skin contact type of, and then there's like a itemized.
There's some weird stuff going on for sure.
Weird. I wish it was merely weird.
I know,
it's
right?
Fucking insane, yeah. So yeah. Japan insurance, health insurance. Good, pretty good.
Not bad. Good. Like it definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect, because you still have to pay a decent amount every month. Which is also calculated by your earnings, and when you do your taxes, like it's calculated from that.
But at least it won't bankrupt you and put you on the street or make you destitute.
Exactly. So I'm pretty happy with the healthcare situation here. I mean, you can go in and you can pretty much get an appointment at whatever clinic you need to go to in
Yeah, when I went, it was in and out, quick, no problems. It was I was in a small neighborhood, so.
And maybe like if it's a
I don't
specialty doctor or something like that, you might have to wait a couple weeks. But for anything like a normal doctor visit, it's really easy to get seen and get what you need. And medications, very affordable. It's usually like under 1,000 yen for, if I need like a painkiller or like stomach seijōzai for like upset stomach stuff. It's very affordable for sure.
So to wrap it up, Japanese healthcare is very good. It's very affordable. It's good all around. I recommend it.
I think I noticed like your wrapping up is always full of recommendations to try the thing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I hope our listeners don't ever have to. It's like,
no,
break a
go
bone,
there.
go get hospitalized.
Go to Japan, break some bones. No, go get sick. Don't wear a mask. Break your bones.
No, please.
Partake. Go partake. No, don't listen to her. Go partake in the Japanese healthcare
No.
system.
You can go break your bones. That's fine. Please do wear a mask because we're still in the midst of.
There's still those you got your cases are rising. Right?
Yeah, quite a bit. Apparently, there's a new variant that.
Oh yeah.
Is not affected by the current vaccinations, which sucks.
Be careful out there. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can't go there anyway.
That's right.
So, but in the future, if you guys go break a bone, go to the hospital, it's good.
No, but
it's fun.
But okay, but tourists can't get national health insurance coverage.
But there's tourist insurance, right?
Probably.
No, there is. Yeah.
I mean, even without insurance, it'll still be probably way more affordable than insured.
Yeah. So I recommend
bills in the States.
If you're gonna go there and like snowboard or ski or whatever, or skateboard or something, get the traveler's insurance.
Come to Japan, break a leg,
Exactly. I'm telling you, break a foot.
Get some tonsils removed.
Yeah. You're good. You're good to go in Japan. It's fine.
Oh, boy.
30%.
But yeah, Japan has some nice health insurance. I'm very satisfied. Highly recommend. Hope you don't need it.
Two thumbs up. Well, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Sure, 2 thumbs up. Don't need it, but it's there if you do.
That's right.
Very affordable. Yeah. Don't get sick in America, though.
Yeah, definitely. Do not get sick in America. Do not break bones in America. Do not get sick. Do not give birth.
Everything. Don't give birth. No. Why? Why give birth? Anyway, so yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed our health talk today. Stay healthy, stay insured, and we will.
And we made it. We made it to episode 10. This is episode 10. Yay! We did. That's our first milestone. Our first milestone. Episode 10, and here's to 10 more. At least 10 more.
At least 10 more.
But if you guys have any questions, comments, stories, be sure to email us at ourjapanpodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like and subscribe to us wherever you're listening to this on, and we will talk to you next time.
And stay cool, everyone. See you later. Or, yeah, talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.